Hey everyone, Chad here with Team Meat in the Freezer. It's opening day of bow season here in Virginia, the 4th of October. It's 45 degrees outside. It's the coolest weather I ever remember for opening bow season here in Virginia. Usually you're wanting to hunt your underwear, it's so hot. So it's a nice change. I'm up in my climber this morning. I'm getting some good pictures right around here. Does, a couple little small bucks, one nice buck, but he hadn't been hanging around a lot, mostly at night. The acorns are dropping. There's a bunch of white oaks right around here. So stay tuned. Hopefully we can put an arrow in something. That little doe walked in. Been watching her for about 20 minutes now. I think she's done, folks. I think she's done. I believe I pretty good shot on her. It's only 7:45. So I'm gonna sit tight. We're allowed 2 deer a day here in Virginia. I got lots of tags. See if something else shows up. Stay along for the recovery. Alright folks, well, I gave it about 45 minutes here just to make sure. Just climbed down from the tree. Gonna go over here and take a look at the arrow, see what we got. Arrows can tell you a lot about where you hit a deer. I looked at the footage, it looks like I put a pretty good shot on her. See what happens. Alright folks, Let's see what we got here. Oh, I got a nocturnal glowing pretty good right there. Let's see what we got. Yes, I expected. She was quartering towards me. Went in right behind the shoulder blades. Came out. I expected it to have some chunks and stuff like that on it. Indicative of, you know, like a shot that's farther back, but that's where the arrow came out. So I was thinking that was going to happen. Looks like there's some lighter colored blood in there too. It's probably got some lungs on the way through. You can see I was up in that tree up there, about a 15-yard shot. So I'll go see if I can find some blood. See if we can find a deer. Alright folks, so it's been an hour and 15 minutes now. I'm hopeful on this one. The arrow had good blood. Now I've gone about, I'm actually only probably about 50 yards from where the tree stand was, and I finally found first blood. It's not great blood, but with the shot coming out low, you know, coming in from the top to the bottom, sometimes it's not as good of a blood trail. But I got first blood here. Right there, it's not great blood, but it's blood. I did see her from the stand run in this direction for probably another 30 yards before I lost her in the thick stuff. It's always a good idea to keep an eye on where the deer goes and watch him and try and get a landmark. And also a good idea, I just put this up there in a tree right there. A little flagging. I always carry some of that in my pack and mark the blood trail as I go along. That way if you get to a spot where you just can't find any more blood, you can go back and also kind of get a direction of travel with your ribbons up there, and then just take them down when you leave. But, alright, so we got first blood. I'll keep going a little bit here. I got some other friends up here. I'm not going to disturb their hunt yet this morning. But if I can't find nothing here within the next 40, 50 yards, probably back out and just wait for one of them guys to get down. We'll get a couple people in here looking. Stay tuned. Alright, so this one's not an easy one. About 100 yards in now. It's been just tiny little spots, just a few of them. I've had to zigzag up and down this ridge, just trying to, you know, not miss anything and get a point of travel. Blood trailing is not something you should rush. Wait a good half hour before you start tracking. And when you're tracking, if you get a trail like this where it doesn't look like somebody took a paint can, everybody likes those blood trails. Gotta love those. This one is not like that, but I'm starting to see a little bit more blood right in this area. Probably just over where I lost sight of her because of the hill here. But we're keeping after it. I don't give up easy when it comes to tracking deer, so we're gonna keep after it. Blood doesn't look too bad. I seen a couple little bubbles in it. That's always a good sign. That means that there's some lungs involved. We're gonna keep going. I'm hoping she's laying up there another 30 yards or so. We'll see. Well, alright everybody. I am about 10 yards from where I just told you I started finding some better blood. Thankfully, because she did what a lot of deer do, and all of a sudden decided to make a turn. So that's why it's very important when I talked about the flagging. So you have your last blood, because deer will So I've had them double back on me before. Do some crazy things. If you've tracked a lot of deer, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't tracked a lot of deer, hopefully you get to experience some of that, because you won't have a good blood trail and they won't drop all in their tracks at the same time. So the flagging, also a good thing, because it's daytime right now, but if you're hunting at night, or you're hunting in the evening, and you get into the night, and you start tracking, if you're just focused on the ground with your light, looking for blood, it is very, very, very easy to get turned around. And you will swear that your compass, your phone, whatever is lying to you, and that you are not where you think you are. So, flags also help you get back out of the woods. But anyways, I just happened to look up the hill up here. What do we got laying right there? Looks like some backstraps. The old Bowtech Revolt got its first deer. Yeah, she gone. Alright folks, it's like I got some work to do. Of course, I left my pack at the bottom of the tree, my knife and everything in there. But that's alright, it's a nice day out. 100 yards back there. So I'm gonna go back and get that, and then see about getting this thing out of here, getting it cut up, get it in the cooler on some ice, back, some lunch, go back at it again this evening. Stay tuned. Team meat in the freezer. Putting meat in the freezer. Alright everyone, once you have something on the ground, you gotta get them out of here. We're, I don't know, a half a mile from the truck or something like that. Can't get a four-wheeler back in here. So, get you a pocket drag, check them out of Oklahoma. They will save your back and save your hands on dragging critters out of the woods. We highly recommend them here at Team Meat in the Freezer. Stay with us for some more hunting adventures. Oh, all right. Well, we got her out, got her to the truck. Pocket drag did its job. Wasn't easy, about 200 yards in there. Living up to our name today. Team Meat in the Freezer, putting some meat in the freezer. It's now 5 minutes to 11, October 3rd, opening day of bow season here in Virginia. We're gonna go get this girl quartered out, get her on some ice in the cooler, have some lunch. We'll be back at it this evening. Hey, take a kid in the outdoors, take a disabled vet in the outdoors, just take anybody outdoors and get yourself out there, enjoy God's creation. Thanks for watching.